I just checking in to see how everyone is. Was in such a I felt proper good energy of the day. As the day has gone on, it's just got heavier and heavier. That's the best way to describe it. But then, when you're taking on people, that's what you can get, isn't it? Don't matter if you're telling, you know what I mean? When you're speaking the truth, people don't like it. So yeah, it's just real negative energy. It's really heavy. Yeah, I can feel it. It's draining. So, but still, it's a blip. Because there's people in much worse situations than me for sure, so I have nothing to complain about. What I find really difficult to understand is how people can be so hateful, really, and just the mere idea of wanting something better, prepared to do whatever's necessary to get to that, because you know how to get to it. Like, it's quite staggering, really. Yeah, so I don't know, I just feel like I know that my ex is up to some fucking nonsense. Again. Like, I tried to do some shady shit, faking some documents for a court, for us. Bear in mind, the magistrates' courts have got a year-long waiting list, so he's trying to make out that he had first of all, he sent a PSO thing so that I couldn't see the kids because he's blocked me since Christmas. So, for no reason other than he just hates the fact that I'm trying to help people, and because obviously I've exposed him for his lies and he just can't deal with it. It's like, well, if you don't, it never had to. Do you know? It's like as if having to deal with that for 7 years wasn't bad enough. If he had just ended it there, if it would just ended, then none of this would have happened. But he just continued for 2 years to lie, and it's like You know what I mean? And then using the kids. It's like, no, mate, I'm sorry. It's just the absolute epitome of hypocrisy to do that when not only him but his whole family, pretty much, and on both sides, are all involved in some kind of criminal activity. You know what I mean? Half of them have been in and out of prison, and it's not even like, this is what I'm saying. It didn't have to go there. I said to him, I said to him, just apologise for lying, admit that you were wrong, give me my children back, and pay back the money that you've taken off people from your fraud. Do you know what I mean? Because doing that right now, during a pandemic, when people have got no money, I don't like thieving anyway. Like that just is real low. And they're all doing, and they're taking it off people that have no money. So all I said was, admit that you're wrong, admit that you've been lying. Do you know what I mean? And then apologise to people that you've taken and give them their money back. And obviously, because I'm taking them all on, they're all out to get me. It's like, well, this is the truth. You know what I mean? I've got nothing. The truth is the truth is the truth. And now they're just fucking desperately trying to sling as much shit in my direction. It's like, well, the fact is, everyone's involved now. Everyone can see. And the more fucking shit you throw in my direction just goes to prove my point. It's just more evidence for me against them. Because I already said that this is exactly what, you know what I'm saying? And I can prove what everything that I've said. So, but it continues. It's even with this PSO. He tried to do a PSO. First of all, a PSO you can't get without a previous order in place. 1, 2. There's a 12-month waiting list on court cases. Yet he suddenly miraculously faked one. 3. None of the documents were legally stamped from the court or signed by the court or anything. So he just typed it out himself and sent it like it was from there. 4, he wrote in it like it was the order had already been given without having seen me or have any correspondence from the court or any solicitor or mediator, which there would be in advance of anything like that. Then then I sent my evidence, copied everybody, police, MOD, GCSQ, news people, refuge, and 10 days later, and him obviously, 10 days later, then he forwarded me an email that he's sent. It's about 10 emails or something, of him sending text messages, and like 2 screenshots of posts from last year that someone else has sent him. And he sent it to an old email address that I haven't logged into since 2016. Bear in mind, he knows that I've been using my current email address since I changed my name at the beginning of 2020. So again, just trying to sort of do some surreptitious shit. And then forwarded it to that email though. So the initial email was to the one that I had logged in, which he knows. And then forwarded it to my Hope email. So then I just copied in everybody again and just said, please refer to the original evidence that I said he said. And it's like, so the original, the thing that he sent, which is fraudulent, he referenced, it made it out like there was no evidence or he'd already given it. And then I put mine, copied him in on mine, and then 10 days later, he's sending this stuff now. And it's like, you just the hole that you're digging yourself is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so obviously I just said, look, there's no court in the land that would give this, because one, you'd have to, and I just listed about 15 things that legally you'd have to have. And also the documents are fraudulent. There's no stamp, there's no date, there's no this, there's no that. There's the court cases aren't even on. You'd have to wait 12 months to get one. Like, come on. He can't stand it. He cannot stand it. But I haven't done anything wrong. He abused me for 7 years. His family are criminals. They've been in, you know what I mean? He did not have to go here. He took it here. I'm just standing up for myself. But fuck me, it's draining. You know what I mean? I'm like taking on I'm literally taking on the world right now. Jesus. You know, it's like things just need to be said. Things haven't been said for so long on so many things. Like this political correctness. Fuck that shit. That's why we've gotten into this bloody mess. People have been too afraid to stand up for themselves for fear of what? Offending someone? For what? Doing something wrong? Not doing their job? Doing something wrong, not doing their job, doing something that's corrupt or lying or whatever. And then now we're just in a state of absolute corruption everywhere. So I mean, half these people, I don't even know if they know what the truth is themselves. I'd love to know what they do. 650 MPs, what are they doing all day, every day? I'd love to know. Because it isn't a job. Because, listen, this is what is going on right now is absolute insanity. Example. The country's shut down, business is shut down, aviation is dead. Like, nobody's going nowhere. But construction of the HS2 is going ahead. Pray tell why? Why are we continuing with with something that, with all intents and purposes, nobody's going to be using? It's just a waste of fucking time. Why don't they just redirect the money to restarting the economy, and then you can worry about even whether that should go ahead at a later date? Like, it's an absolute joke. In vaccination, right? We've already bought 250 million vaccinations, right? Which is 130 million more than we need based on the total population having 2. Right? And that's the total population, from babies up. Not all of those need to be vaccinated. And no one should be vaccinated, but obviously people are. And that's their choice. I can't. I've given more than enough evidence as to why that people shouldn't be having vaccination. That's their choice. So we've already got 130 million more. Now 2 vaccinations have come out today. And you're trying to tell me this isn't a money game? They bought 90 million more vaccines. For who? For who? They bought 90 million more vaccines for the UK. For who? Where is this fucking money? It's a total waste of money. It is just a money game. This is a situation that is being contrived for pharmaceutical companies to make money. 100%. Yeah. Like, why would you? Why would you keep buying more vaccine? For who? For who? They've already got 130 million extra if every single person in the United Kingdom, down from top to bottom, was vaccinated twice. Like, where is anyone's logic? The HS2 thing, that's a fucking money thing as well. Planning departments need to have a fucking overhaul. They're the most corrupt things there are. Because people are building on floodplains. Still, keep building on them. It's like, why? Why would you do that? That's a money thing, isn't it? Yeah. Even just think about who's making money from COVID. How many people are making money? Think about all those PPE manufacturers, suppliers. Most of them aren't in this country. And the people that are getting affected is everybody. Everybody. Think of all of our frontline workers. Like, what, there's no doubt that the virus is real, but listen, it's manufactured. There's a patent for it. That means it's an invention. The patent came out in 2014, I think it is, and that's on another one of my videos. The link to the patent. Like, yeah, I put a link in earlier from that MP, Sir David Swain. He's an MP. It's Sir David Swain in Parliament saying it's absolute bullshit. The numbers are bullshit. The girl, my mum has carers. 2 of them came in. Their whole care company had this first of the Pfizer vaccine, and she didn't want to have it. But because she's a carer and they have to go into 20 odd houses a day, her company obviously sort of pressurized them into doing it. Because they're obviously, because of who they deal with. Now, she said afterwards, so since she's had it, which is 3 days ago, she's had headaches every day. She's felt nauseous every day. Her arm is still dead. She's got no feeling in her hand other than sort of tingles in her tips of her fingers. They're trying to make the situation so dire for everybody, make everyone so low, so crushed, I suppose is probably the word, that they're just everyone's just gonna go, yeah, I'll have it, just because they think they're gonna get out of it, but they've already said that it won't open up afterwards. So you can see the toll it's taking. You can see the toll physically it's taking on all these people that are party to it, but not sort of, not by choice, because they're puppets and we're all pawns. So, but yeah, it's just maybe go back to sort of that thing with my ex. I just, it's that thing of like, why can't you just not even forget doing it in front of anyone else, just yourself. Be honest with yourself. That is who you are, and the only way for it to be free is to acknowledge that is, acknowledge your own wrongs. So I tell all mine, and I've done so. I've tried to make amends, tried to right the wrongs, tried to strive for something better and do whatever it takes. And that anyone anywhere that is, because this is the year of karma as well, isn't it? I didn't know that until it was not intentional. Someone told me that afterwards. But the only way to sort of stop that is to just own it, isn't it? Own the wrong, whatever that is, or whatever whatever and whatever it is. If it's a lie, if it's an action or something you're doing to yourself, maybe it makes you feel like shit. Because even after I obviously sent this thing, so he sent it, then I replied, copied in everyone. Obviously, since then I haven't, because it is fraudulent. And then the hating started on Facebook. Oh, you better beware and all this shit. It's like, what? Please. Bring it. Do you know what I mean? Because I ain't lying. You have to kill me. Straight. And the same applies to anything else that I've said as well. It's just facts, and I'm providing all the stuff, the links to the information that says so. So, please. You might hate me for it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. The only thing is to just accept it. Just accept that you're wrong, innit? Accept that you've done wrong and rectify it. Otherwise, you know what I mean? I'm not shutting my mouth. I'm going to keep going till I get. And that's on anything, with anyone. I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to get truth and justice, peace, equality for everyone everywhere. That's what mission I've been given, I suppose. Because every piece of my intuition says, or something comes up, or I hear, or I see, and then if I look at it and I search it, and then everything links back. It's in a sort of an eco cycles, of information, and then I'm sharing it with you, and then people are doing things and then bringing stuff back to me, and then I'm researching and finding, and then I'm giving it back to you, and you're giving it, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So they can't hide. They can't hide from the truth. And there's way more of us than them. And that's just a fact. They've had it good for a long time. But it's not their time no more. That's just the way it is. So yeah, so that's why I'm just in a weird one of them. You can see, like earlier when I was in an elf suit, loving life. And then that's just, those are COVID days, isn't it? It's up and then you're down and then you're left and you're right, inside out. I mean, generally I'm alright, obviously. What's the comforting is that just knowing that I'm connected to something greater than myself. You know what I mean? I don't fully understand it, but it is. It just is. So yeah, I'm just trying to understand it. Just going with it. I'm going with what my intuition says, and it's right every time. So it's not easy. I don't think anyone else. No one else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just very conscious of how everyone's feeling, because if I'm feeling like this, I hope everyone's okay. Just everyone's gonna be feeling the shirts on it. I say, do you know what I mean? I've got a roof over my head, I've got clothes on my back, I've got food in my belly. I'm not in a war zone. So my thoughts go to anyone that's in one of those situations. Well, anyone anyway, really. And I'm not giving up anyways. Never give up. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. So 2 more books turned up today. The 6th and 7th books of Moses. Magical spirit art known as the wonderful arts of the wise Hebrews, taken from the Mosaic books of Kabbalah and the Talmud for the good of mankind. Yeah? You know what I mean? You can get this on. You can get this right on. And then the clavis or key to the magic of Solomon. So I mean, he was a badass, wasn't he? Got this. So yeah, just getting yeah, so it's going to take me some time to read those. They're quite big. This one. I'm still on this one. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got, I suppose, if you want to work magic, you got to learn it properly. Yeah. What else was there? I've got some numbers that have come up that have linked again back to gene modification that are important, because some of them predict cancers that obviously have been established years and years ago, and they're not being used. So then it's like, well, hold on a second. So the science have discovered these things, but then they're hiding it from us. Why? Because they make money of us being ill. Some other things have jumped out at me today. The Alamo. I'm going to put some links into that. I've looked at it briefly. Now, it seems to me Texas used to be called Transylvania, didn't it? As well. And the Alamo is in a Roman Catholic location that was protected originally. It was from a Spanish invasion. I know where this is going. I'll put the links in and you can have a read yourself. I think we just need to be a bit more open-minded to, I mean, as I say, I don't know where everyone else is on this journey. I know that there are some that are ahead of me, way ahead of me. I'm just trying to catch up. But then I'm guessing there are others that don't know either. Just got to go with it. Like the magic and the different stuff with aliens, and I think it's just easier to just go, okay, just accept the knowledge as it comes rather than fight against it, because we've just been lied to for a long time, intentionally. On a lot of things, so many things. So, oh my gosh, yeah, right. So that thing that happened with Robin Hood, so it's brilliant, because the, here we go, Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio. This is how you can break the system. Right, this is right here. This is what happened yesterday. Wasn't it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. This is how we can break the system, guys. Using what happened yesterday and the methodology from the Wolf of Wall Street. So you can just take all of the money. So if two things need to happen. Yeah, if everyone takes out all of the money from all of these corrupt companies, these pharmaceutical companies, Bill Gates, yeah, and reinvest them in penny stocks or small businesses that are involved in healthy things where we want to go. If everyone does that, firstly, that takes away their money and the power, and we stop buying their products. And then also restarts these industries, and those shares will grow exponentially because everyone will then also simultaneously be buying all the products from there. See what I'm saying? So you've got the corrupt and the shit over here, and the good and the healthy over here. These smaller businesses versus these big ones. So you take all your money out and invest it in these, and also stop buying that, and then invest in these, and we all buy these. These will go like that, and these will go like that. So that's just that. That's how they get their power. They get their power because we're still giving them the money. If we stop giving them the money from buying their products and investing in them, yeah, they ain't got no power then, have they? Instantly. And be cutting it dead. Their fuckery. And investing in what we want, where we want to go, products we want to use, industries we want to support. So there's that. There's some links to a lot of information has come out on because this is all connected as well to the situ, which is Maxwell, Ghislaine, and Jeffrey Epstein. So a load of information's come out on those. There's a guy who's reviewed those documents. He's a solicitor. I'm going to put in some links to his review of the case, his documents, because it is not looking good, and there's names been dropped. So there's that. In addition to that, something came up I watched the other day. I just flicked over, and it was this new program that was on called it's called Marcella. Apologies if I've said that wrong. And the story was about human trafficking. The first thing that popped into my head was that lorry that got caught in the UK. Was it last year with the 39 dead Vietnamese people that have been trafficked? Now, I thought it was at the time. I thought, why are they not digging deeper into this? Because it's in the UK. Like, they'd be able to pressurize. If we were back in the medieval days, yeah, we got medieval on their asses, there'd be names all over the show, wouldn't there? Just saying. But there isn't. And they've hardly got any sentencing, those people that are involved in that, for those 39 deaths. And then today, there was a guy who had, I want to say autism. And there was some kind of, there's some kind of corrupt case with UBS and Citibank, where a number of people were charged. I need to look into the details of this. But a number of people were charged, and this guy with autism got given 15 years. Everyone else got given way less and has already been out. They then reduced it down to 11 years. He's just been released. His sentence was longer than any of the sentences that got given for those 39 bodies. I wonder where that is. Who are they connected to, I wonder? Do you know what I'm saying? Because that does not make sense, does it? And also in this program, it's like a high up elite family that do it. Additionally, there was a couple, because I'm getting into my CSI. When I flip through, I'm just like picking up bits, names of chemicals and that kind of thing. Like, what do they do for that? What do they do for that? Like investigation tips. So, yeah. Oh, what was it? Come back to me. Oh, yeah. So, there was a couple that were on this morning on the news, and they're a married couple. They're both crime scene investigators. Two pieces of information that they said, which I found very interesting, was that crime scene investigation stopped as part of the police in 2002 and went private. Not only that, the police aren't involved in it. It goes, any crime scene investigation goes, reports to Home Office, not the police. So why would they do that? You know what I mean? Why would they? Because it's inherently part of criminal, it's in police investigation, right? But they're taking it off the police, they're making it private, and they're making it part of the home, even though it's part of it. So they don't get to sort of be involved in it. It's all hush hush. What? I wonder who they're protecting. The old Home Office. You know what I mean? Just saying. So that's what? Yeah, 19 years ago. That's crazy. So there's that. I mean, when does the fuckery end? That's what I want to know. How it is just like a sea of fucking lies, corruption everywhere. Every fucker's in it. What was I going to say? What was it? No, it'll come back to me. Something to do with that. I'll come back to me in a minute. So yeah, so I'm going to put the links into the Maxwell thing, the links into the Robinhood app with Reddit and the stocks, and penny stocks, training on penny stocks on how to do exactly Wolf of Wall Street. I'm going to put in the thing about the forensic science. I'm going to also put in the link to the Novavax vaccination, which it says on its website, plain as day, black and white, that it is nanotechnology. So anyone that's anywhere that said at any point in time about chips, well, it says it there, black and white on their website. So anyone that's calling that a lie can just shut the fuck up. What else? HS2 I can put in there. I would like, oh yeah, there's some cool people from Capital One in Nottinghamshire that they've donated 500 laptops to people that need them in the local area, including data for the internet. So that, shout out to them. I'm going to tag them in because they're cool. Just want to send some, Alamo, I'm going to put that in. There's something there. There's something about the treaty and Lorraine as well, which is to do with the Vatican. Again, same thing. Something to do with the two of them. Something there. What else? I'm going to do a separate video because I'm just loving all the... maybe I'll put them all in the same one. I don't know. I don't really want to associate the two. I'll do a separate video on fashion and art and stuff because I'm getting all kinds of inspired by those. I wish I had, what else? There must be something. Oh, actually, yeah, here we go. There's a couple of lads that are doing this thing called Gigs in Gardens for frontline workers. to say thanks. So they've got a Facebook page. So you can nominate a frontline worker or just frontline workers. I think and they'll do a little. I think at the moment they're doing it via Zoom, but they originally were doing it in the actual gardens when you could go to people's gardens. Soon come. There's something else. I'm going to look into that. Those 39 Vietnamese deaths. There's got to be something there. 39 as well. 39. It's a number. It's a sign. So yeah, that. There's something else. Oh, Deloitte, HSB, and BP. They've set up an organisation for all of their workers to make mental health not a taboo, because it shouldn't be a taboo. 264 million people got mental health issues. To be fair, 7 billion of us have at the moment, haven't we? Let's just be honest about it. Talk about it. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone's got something. And on that note, everyone's a bit weird as well. Let's just big up to the weirdos out there. You know, everyone's got a little weird thing that they do. Let's just own that. My weird thing is I'm really OCD with doors. I can't explain it. Doors and windows. That's the only thing. Doors and windows, though. Particularly car doors. And front doors. Actually, no, you know what you say? I'm saying that now. I'm just going to list a load of doors and windows. Yeah. So I'll say to myself, I don't know, to be fair, I don't know if it will still be that bad now. But I'd lock it and then I'd walk away like 5 or 6 steps. And then I'll go, but did I lock it though? And I'll walk back and I'd have to check it. Like, yeah, I did. And I'd do it 3 times before I'd really convince myself that I had actually locked it on the first time. Yeah. Same with windows. Weird, isn't it? Just trying to think if there's another one. Oh, yeah, I used to. I don't know. We've been in house arrest for so long. I don't know if this would still be the same, but I used to really hate people taking food off my plate. Jeez. Oh, so stupid. I don't know why. I rarely eat. So I guess I get a bit possessive of it when I do eat. I guess that's the only way I can describe it. Must be. Like, get your hands off my plate. So yeah, I just thought I'd share. You know, no one's normal. Normal's not normal. We're all special in our own special way. And let's just embrace that. Because being different is great. You know what I mean? It's boring to it if everyone was the same. So whatever your little quirkiness is, just roll with it. Do that. Be more that. Because I actually, the more, if someone says to me about something, if I'm like wearing something, it makes me want to do it more. I'm just like, I'm one of those people. Like, you say, what? You think that's outrageous? Wait. Just you wait. Yeah. Yeah, it was the same with the wigs. I only really put on, you know what I mean? I was just popping around the house then. I'm like, no. Because same thing. His family were like, oh my God, she's obviously crazy because she's wearing wigs. What, really? What? The fact that I'm a paid performer and I've got an entire room full of costumes, and I used to bop around the place day and night in those costumes and wigs before. But I do it now that I'm on my own, and that means I'm crazy, does it? Really? So yeah, just be more. I'm like, I'm a yes more now, kind of gal. You know what I mean? Just revel in it. I keep saying, you know what I mean, and that's annoying me. So I'm annoying myself. There you go. There's another thing. Weirdo. Yeah. So I remember when I was. That just reminded me when I was in school, and I did that. I think I told you I did Latin GCSE. It was an extra one. Normally people do like 8 or 9. I did 13 GCSEs, and my 13th one was Latin, and I did it in my lunch break. I chose to do it in my lunch break. And this woman, she really did not like me. Her name was Mrs. Starr. She did not like me at all. And she said to me I was going to fail. I was like, you what? You say what? So that was I literally that was the only GCSE I studied for. I got all A's though, and B's. I got a few B's, mostly A's, and A stars. Yeah, but Latin, when she taught, it was like, you know, it was like adding fuel to my fire. No, but you don't tell me what I can do. No, you do not. So yeah, so I went away and I learned, like, because Latin was, you had like 2 papers. One was like the words, the language, and the other was literature. And it was all, it was basically you'd get, and you were told beforehand what these bits of prose were. And there were stories, famous stories, and they'd ask you questions in Latin about a section of the poem or the story or whatever. So I learned these things verbatim. I literally pages and pages. You know how long those like those Latin stories are? Literally, I've learned the whole thing off by heart. So that any question, I was like, yep. Thank you. Got an A star in that. I was like, I couldn't wait to show her when I got my results. It's like, Mrs. Starr. Sorry, I thought you said I was going to fail. Oh, shame. So yeah, well, that was a slight tangent. My point is, you know, everyone's different, and they're trying to make us the same. No. Embrace who you are, and yeah, just be more of that. No one can tell you who you are. You know. So yeah, just feeling a bit away, but as is always the way, I feel better for just getting it off my chest. So I'm going to do some reading. Because ultimately, I do know what I need to do. The thing is as well, I feel an immense amount of pressure right about now. I know what to do, but I need to make sure that I've got all my tools in my toolkit. I have to wait until there's a couple of things that need to arrive and that I need to read before I go there. And my ring, I need to have that as well. So just hold tight. We've got this. Yeah. So yeah, Friday loving, guys. Made it through another day. Woohoo! And to anyone, I'm going to reiterate this now, because for any women that are out there, that if you're going through any kind of abuse, listen to me. If it's like what I went through, 7 years straight of psychological, physical, emotional, financial abuse, where you're being threatened every other day, they're going to kill you, they're going to kill your mum, all of that shit. Yeah, if you're going through that, my advice to you is this: get a camera, get a miniature camera, because if you're going through, if it is like 7 years straight of I'm going to kill you, and physically beating, anything alongside the verbal, yeah, there's one thing's a mistake, right? But that is a completely different ball game. People know that. Yeah, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm against men or anything like that, because I'm not. What I'm against are a very specific type of person. It's not just men that do it. That are in they are. It's to be able to do that consistently for a long, and because it's not just me, done it to people before, obviously, that I didn't know about till too late. So yeah, get yourself camera, get evidence, and then get out, because that is not love. It will never be love. You can tell yourself that he loves you to the end of time, but you're going to spend your entire life miserable if he doesn't take it too far. Do you really? Don't subject yourself to it, men or women, or anyone else. If you've got kids and they're witnessing it, it's only going to affect them as well. That's why I had to end it mine, because I was like, I've got 3 boys in the house. What is this showing them? That I'm accepting it, that it's okay? Because it's not okay. That's why I had to end it. And I'm going for all this still now, because it's still not okay. It's not okay for anyone. So I'm not just standing up for myself here. I'm standing up for all women and children that are being abused, because everyone's too quiet, because they're too afraid, because they're made to feel that way, because they're threatened. And the way to do it, the way to get at them, is to get evidence, because then there's no if, buts, or ands about it. They can't say nothing. It's not just you know what I mean? Because if someone is threatening to kill you on a daily basis, and also being physically violent to you, and whatever else that comes with it, come on. Got to be strong and get out of it. Got to. Because also by for so long for people not saying it, that's why it's still going on. It's worse. It's getting worse. Getting worse and worse and worse. Same with rape. We need to be strong out here. Because you ain't crazy. It's not your fault. No, none of the things that they've said you are. Everything they sling is is really just a reflection of what's of them. You know what I mean? It's like mirror, whatever it's called. Sorry. Lots of love to all of you. Tomorrow could be the day. I don't know. Depends on when my book's here. It's got to happen soon. Can't go on like this, can we? So, fight on another day. But here's to you. Here's to getting through another day. This is a brandy and ginger bitters. I normally don't drink, so I'm probably going to be drunk after this one glass. But you know what, after today I felt like I could treat myself to a glass. Because it felt like energy vampires, man. Sucking the life out of me from 200 miles away. But hey. So, I hope that my kids understand when but did it for them anyway. Anyway, love you.